Hello, welcome to the Gardens and Graveyards channel. My name's Charisma, and today we are sitting at the dining room table in my home, and we're going to continue our journey in the Swedish death cleaning process. So if you haven't seen the beginning of this series, you could go back and start with Swedish Death Cleaning, the guest room, and go on through each room with me. But we've done a few rooms and a closet so far, and today we're going to do the dining room. And the whole idea behind the Swedish death cleaning process is to clean a room as if someone has died, or if you die, that no one has to come through here and wonder what's going on, and no one has to deal with all your stuff that means nothing to anyone, including yourself. So I kind of combine a few different organization methods, and I go into a lot more detail in the very first video of this series. So make sure you go back there and check that out. I'll make sure that there's a link in the description below. But today we're in the dining room, and this room does not really get used for food. When I have guests over, we do sit at the table as a big group. Certainly when I have parties, we utilize this room to stage like a buffet style food situation. But overall, my husband and I do not use this room for that purpose. And what happens on a day-to-day basis is this dining room gets filled with all my projects. So currently I have a couple of plants that need to get some details taken care of. I have a plant that was in quarantine that died, that needs to be thrown out. I have a box full of seeds and a new method of organization, and I will be sharing that with you in a video coming soon. But you know, it's a project. I also have some dill drying right here. I have some flowers drying in that bowl, or not flowers, seeds that are dry, and they just need all to remove the seeds from the seed pods. So a recipe I recently printed out that needs to go into the recipe book that I have. Just, it always ends up being like a clutter of stuff that I don't want to get to immediately. It's time to get to it, and it's time to clean it out. Then I'm gonna pan around here. There is a little bit of cleaning up I want to do on my plants, but not a whole lot. It's not going to be a whole plant project today. But then I have this built-in hutch over here that was so pretty when I put it all together, but I've just, now that my garden has matured, I have so many herbs that I harvest and store, and I ran out of room on my apothecary cupboard that Spencer made me. And now they're slowly taking over this space. And I'm creating a new space for a lot of the vessels that are in there in my studio, because I use a lot of them as vases. So I'm gonna pull everything out of there and clean, and then just put everything back in an organized manner, and I can see everything that's going on and take everything out of here that doesn't belong. And then we'll go through these cupboards, which is really just overflow of stuff. I know I have a box of margarita glasses in there that we have not used since we moved into this house, because we just don't have the amount of people that used to come to our parties when we lived in the city. So I don't need those. And if I ever did have a 75, 50 person party, I could always rent them, or I could just buy more boxes of margarita glasses, but they're just taking up space that could be used for something else, or just don't need them anymore. They weren't my favorite glasses anyways. They're really plain, just clear glasses. So I don't even love them. I'm sure there's other things underneath there that could go away as well. And the inevitable junk drawer belongs in this kitchen, which is that drawer on the far side is, you know, batteries and tape and thumbtacks. And I don't even know, just stuff that can definitely get cleaned out today. So I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, it's a pretty simple process. It's just time consuming, especially when you let things accumulate. We've lived in this house for almost 6 years, and it's, you know, things have just piled up, I guess. So I'm excited to go through each and every single room and get rid of a bunch of stuff. And I hope that you're enjoying the journey with me. I know I love watching organization videos. There's something soothing about seeing something get emptied out and put back all nice and neat. So I hope I'm providing some sort of soothing entertainment for you as well. Let's just do this today. And as always, whenever I clean out a space, I use the triple L method. Love it, leave it, and lose it. And that's what these bins are for. So if I love it, I'll put it in this plastic tote that I will keep and either put it in a different location or keep it for this location. The leave it box is a cardboard box that I can give away and give whatever is in the box away, and that will leave my home. And then the trash bag is for the lose it and get rid of it. You know, it's just actually trash items. So that's what I have going on there. And just as an overview, this is where my seed starting station is in the dining room. And this is going to give me a good opportunity to kind of go through those things and make sure that that's all ready for that process in a couple of months. And then I have all these like little projects right here. I have all these dried flowers that need to go somewhere. I have a chandelier that I want to fix. Yeah, just little things. Of course, I showed you the dining room table. And then I even have like some electronics down here that need a more permanent home. And then I have some empty pots that I need to get rid of. And then, as I mentioned before, this is my coffee station and tea, which I use every single day. But then I have all this other stuff, all this stuff. So all of that stuff needs to be addressed. And I'm going to go ahead and go through these drawers while I'm in here. Even though I kind of consider it part of my kitchen because I keep bread and potatoes and that type of thing in there. Because my kitchen doesn't really start until my refrigerator and over, I'm just going to go ahead and take care of everything from the refrigerator in through the dining room while I'm here.
lots of gardens everywhere on the shore, on this property in general.
All right, so we pretty much knocked that out. It took about an hour and a half, and I still need to clean all of the glassware, but I think a lot of it can fit back in this cupboard now that it's rearranged, and some of it's gonna go in the studio where all my other vases are. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you what we got done today. Here above the seed starting station, I got everything cleared out from underneath there. I stored all of the egg cartons that I start my seeds in a drawer. I got this countertop cleared off. I do still need to go through my books, but it's not a high priority right now. I use a lot of them, so I'm confident that there's not much to go through there. I did get this cleared off, the dining room table cleared off, but now, as you can see, it's back to being a project table. I need to wash all of these things. These, the milk glass and the crystal, are all from Spencer's grandmother and my grandmother. And then there's a couple of other miscellaneous things in there that were gifts through the years. And all really beautiful things that we use during like holidays and that type of thing, special occasions. But you know, they sit in those cupboards and they just get dusty, so it's time to clean them. And then I still have my box with the seed organization that I'll be sharing with you in a video pretty soon. So I figured that's fine right there because we'll probably sit at the dining room table and do that project in the next few days. I didn't do a whole lot over here except that I did take out the dead plants and I brought in some new plants that were in my studio. This one still needs to be restaged because it's a smaller pot than was in there originally, but at least there's some plants in those pots that are living. And then we came over here and cleaned all of this. So I had all of these herbs just sort of stashed in with all the glassware, and now they're all pretty much in alphabetical order and at least easy to see what all we have in there. And then the coffee station is all cleared off, and there's plenty of room on this side to add the crystal and milk glass. And then in the drawers, really this is kind of my coffee and tea station, so it's just not a whole lot to do in there, but I just kind of cleaned it out. And in this junk drawer, now we just have batteries, some pens, some tape, and these are thumbtacks that I use in the kitchen. Then under here, this is all the different kinds of coffee things that I use. So there's a large coffee pot, so when I have guests, I can make a big pot of coffee. I have a couple, this coffee maker I use when I'm camping. There's a cold brew coffee maker that I like to use sometimes, and an extra Brita water jug, and then some pitchers for when I make lemonade or iced tea or that type of thing. And then over on this side behind this plant, I do still have a bunch of stemware that I kept. I'll get a little bit slower. They basically match these glasses. I have wine glasses, champagne glasses, martini glasses, and margarita glasses. And they all kind of match this green stemware. But I did end up putting the box of clear margarita glasses in the donation, and then I had these little teacups that I really liked for a long time. They just don't do it for me anymore. I'm gonna give those away. We ended up with a box of mostly garden things that don't belong in the kitchen, and a bag about half full of garbage. And then in this drawer system, there wasn't really anything to get rid of. It was just, you know, a potato drawer always ends up kind of dusty and dirty from potatoes that are in the ground, and so I just kind of cleaned all those spaces out. That's gonna do it for today's Swedish Death Cleaning video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you're inspired to do a little Swedish death cleaning yourself. And I hope that you are celebrating your life today and every day. Until the next time, today and every day. We will see you in the next video. Bye.